Outcome was better than expected.
Yes.
She went 4 months lower than the bottom of my guidelines, which I have my 6 children and wife in the courtroom to thank for.
Yes, like
Yes,
seriously,
amen.
you're not
Great
like
job.
you're speaking now.
We were able to pull on Judge Wood's heartstrings, and
You did it.
it worked. It worked, and I thank you for all the prayers and all it means. Right now, with those 14 months, this is what it looks like in the short term. It looks like that she is going to assess me money to pay the restitution by taking it out of my pay, which the last time I was in federal prison was 11 cents an hour working on the landscape crew. But in other words, she's going to remove, she's going to get access. I mean, I've never heard of this before, but she said if I work for Unicorn, they take half. And I think she said, 5.5 cents an hour, unless they've gotten a raise on the landscape crew. But anyway, that's a change, and that's also a moral dilemma for me. So I don't want to pay the restitution, and I certainly have to think about that, and then think about what it means as a condition of my release. I certainly don't want to pay it when it's not taken out of my account that I can't do anything about unless I go into solitary confinement for the time. So anyway, and she assessed me the 3 months of supervised probation, which means I'm still going to be dealing with Woody right after I get out. So this is going to go on a long time.
3 years.
Yeah, years of it. But the good news is that I've got 50 days of incarceration in, which will come off that 14 months right away, which gets it down close to a year. And then for the year, I'll get 54 days, I think, good time, which will take it down to probably somewhere around 11 and a half months or something. So I'd be separated from the family, for that long, unless the Bureau of Prisons decides at some point to let me go to a halfway house or releases me to home confinement, which is their option. If they want to do it, they can do that. But I'll say that, I'm pleased with the outcome. I'm sad that I'm going to be gone from my family for quite a while, but I think that the purpose of the Kings Bay Plowshares was to be willing to face the possibility of redemptive suffering, and so it is. And it's not the most severe thing. So it's certainly something that I can tolerate.
And it's 90 days until you have to report, so that is in 2021.
Well, she said 90 days, but I'm not sure that the time, I wanted to ask her, but she ended it quickly, if I could get past Christmas without having to get the call. But she didn't say that for sure, but maybe. So, does anybody have a question of any kind? Greg?
When do you find out whether they're going to follow her recommendation about where to send you?
You'll only find out if the Bureau of Prisons has room. They're going to do it based on whether or not somebody gets out of the federal prison camp. They'll give me a slot there. It depends on the numbers. I would say the chance is pretty good of going there now because they have been reducing the populations with some compassionate release to home confinement. So maybe there's more space because of that. They're moving some people out, not a lot. There's 150,000 federal prisoners. But I won't know till the Bureau of Prisons makes that decision, and it could come in as little as 30 days. So, anybody else have a question?
So, Patrick, just to clarify, it sounded as though she was saying that you could self-report within 90 days.
Yeah, within.
No beyond 90 days.
Well, no, that's not up to her. It's the board. If Bureau of Prisons decides it, she's just using that as an outside limit. But it's not. She's not going to. I have to have a place to report to.
Right, I understand.
But she's saying
that,
probably.
You get to choose when you're going to do it within that 90-day period.
I don't think so. I think when they have a space for me, I got to go. They'll probably give me 72 hours or something. Very short. So Father Bob has offered to do a liturgy, which I would really love. So did you find a place for it?